It was supposed to be one of the happiest moments of our lives. We had been trying for a baby for over a year, and finally, the day had come when we could share the news with close family and friends. I had planned everything meticulously: small gathering, cake with a tiny message, confetti, and of course cameras to capture the moment. She looked radiant that day, excited, laughing, full of that energy that had once made me fall in love with her. I was proud, nervous, thrilled, and nothing, I thought, could spoil it. Then he showed up. Her boss. I didn't know he would be there. She hadn't mentioned anything. The man walked up to us in the middle of our announcement, smiling too widely, shaking my hand with a little too much familiarity. "Congratulations," he said, but there was something in his tone, a little too smug, a little too familiar. I smiled politely. "Thanks. We're excited." He leaned closer, almost conspiratorially, and whispered loud enough for us to hear. "She's going to be a wonderful mom. You're lucky, you know." I froze. I knew immediately. The way he looked at her, the way she didn't pull back, the subtle flicker of amusement in her eyes. This wasn't professional admiration. This was too intimate, too personal, and far too familiar. I didn't respond. I couldn't. My hands tightened around the edge of the cake box, knuckles white. "Everything okay?" she asked, turning to me with a smile that I now realized didn't quite reach her eyes. "Sure," I said, keeping my voice calm. But inside, something was breaking. The boss laughed lightly, patting her shoulder in a way that felt intrusive, intimate. "I've got to say, you two make a cute couple," he said, smirking at me. "You know, she's always talking about you and me." My stomach dropped. "And you?" I asked, keeping my tone deceptively casual. "Oh, I just enjoy her company," he said, laughing. "A lot. Too much, maybe." I felt my heart racing. I had suspected things before, little signs here and there, but I had tried to ignore them. I had trusted her, hoped for the best. But now, with her boss standing there, smirking like he owned a part of her that was supposed to be mine, I knew. She didn't step back. She didn't tell him to stop. She just laughed nervously, glanced at me and said, "He's just joking." Joking. My vision blurred slightly. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, to make her admit it publicly, but I stayed calm. I had learned that anger wouldn't solve this, only clarity would. "Right," I said slowly, putting the cake down. "Jokes, sure." The boss waved his hand, finally stepping away, probably sensing the tension he had created. But the damage was done. I could see her face, the faint guilt she tried to mask, the subtle hesitation. I excused myself from the group, pretending to check on the drinks, pretending to adjust the decorations. But my mind was racing. My heart was pounding. Everything I thought I knew about our relationship, about trust, about her fidelity, suddenly felt like a lie. When I returned, she was standing a little apart from the group, pretending to chat with a friend. I approached her quietly. "We need to talk," I said, voice low. She froze. Her smile faltered. "Not now," she whispered. "No," I said firmly. "Now. You think I don't see what's happening? You think I don't understand the way he looks at you? The way you let it happen?" She opened her mouth, but no words came. "I don't care about excuses. I don't care about jokes. I care about us. About what's supposed to be sacred between us. And right now, that's gone." Tears welled up in her eyes. Maybe regret, maybe fear, maybe realization. I didn't know, and I didn't care to decipher it anymore. "I trusted you," I said. "I've been standing here, happy, ready to celebrate the start of our life as a family, and you let him step into a space that's mine. Mine and the baby's. You let him disrespect me, disrespect us, and I can't ignore that." She tried to reach for my hand, but I stepped back. I had learned that some boundaries are final. Some betrayals aren't healed with apologies. I didn't mean," she began. Save it, I said softly but firmly. Not tonight. Not here. Not anymore. I walked away, leaving her standing in the middle of the party, surrounded by friends, family, and her oblivious boss. I needed air, needed to process the truth that had just hit me. The woman I thought would share this new chapter of life with me had allowed someone else to intrude in ways I couldn't forgive. Outside, the cool night air hit me, and I finally exhaled. My heart was heavy, but my mind was clear. This wasn't just about a baby announcement. This was about betrayal, about boundaries crossed, about the realization that some people, no matter how close they've been, cannot be trusted when it counts. I knew I had a choice. Confront her later, try to salvage the marriage, or walk away before the deceit grew into something that would poison the child, the family, and my own sense of self. I chose to leave. That night, I didn't return to the party. I didn't fight, didn't yell, didn't humiliate. I walked away quietly, carrying the weight of betrayal, but also the clarity of purpose. Sometimes the hardest moments aren't when someone hurts you directly. Sometimes it's when they allow someone else to step into the space they promised to protect. And tonight, in front of everyone, her boss reminded me exactly who she had chosen to prioritize. And it wasn't me. I'll never forget that moment. The laughter, the smirk, the casual invasion of our sacred space. And I'll never forget the resolve I found in walking away. Because now I know. I may have lost her trust, but I didn't lose myself.